What a joy. It's my pleasure to open the third MEMEX in the United States of America. Um, Create human experience in the use of flow economy is here kind of the big vision we want to share with you. Um, Visions for the future kind of give everything which we need. We read Jacques Lacan would say the greatest vision is to fulfill the desire for the real, le désir for the fulfillment. In the Bible we read, if there's no vision, everybody will perish. So I want to invite you here on this vision to create human experiences. We worked with a great artist, with Dennis Rudolph. Um, he got kids now, so he's also producing these comics, but he also produced these big AR models. And I want to explain you right from the middle of this AR model, our basic scientific approach. And I'm standing here in the middle of the model, and the middle of the model kind of reflects what German philosopher Edith Stein called the heart, or the kind of the inner side of the psyche. We called it in very dry words the system X. So kind of the point where you are, where I am, the kind of the inner point. And this inner point now is not an inner point which is not connected with the brain. We recently have newer findings about the brain that really open it up to the possibility of freedom. Like German philosopher Kubrick just wrote a great book about brain and freedom. When we started neuroscience, maybe 30 years ago, or when I was starting the field, a lot of guys in neuroscience said, there is no free will, there is nothing like that. Ledoux wrote books about the illusion of the will, that it doesn't exist. The newer tendencies in the neuro research would say, no, that's not true. Even the brain is capable of giving us this moment of freedom. It's a kind of now an understanding that maybe between the very atomic structure of the synapses and maybe the very macro structures of the emergence, there lays a middle field, maybe of the mirror neurons. And these mirror neurons, they maybe provide that what we are, our consciousness. And this consciousness is totally free also. It is free for our belief, it's free for our hope, it's free for our love. Little downside is that we can't manipulate it. It might have been a big promise of the early neuroscience that we could really played a really silver bullet into the brain. But it shouldn't make us hopeless for the research. And I think if we start here with the system X right from the middle where we are, then we would conceptualize our psyche with three different systems. I will going to explain them a little bit later, but I think they are very clear to us. It's as Ben said, the first system is, what do we perceive? I mean, what is here? It's so beautiful. The Central Park is here. You're all here. This AR is here. What is there? This is the first level, the perception. And then how does it feel? How does it feel to you? I mean, we invited you. We want you to feel good. We want to feel you creative, but it's up to you. So how does it feel? This is kind of the system one level. And the third level is, well, why is it there? This is the level of the thinking. Why are you here? Why are the things maybe relevant for your business also? So these three levels we combine in the neurosemiotics as a combined model where we have on the one hand the material side of the synapses, and on the other hand the meaning of these synapses, or significat significant, as you would put it in French. And here in the model, we are viewing these kind of the three worlds. If we look to that direction, we have a lot of stuff about the system one. That's how we started. I was trained at Yale University as a social psychologist. Professor Banashi taught me the art of the implicit. That was coming up in the late 90s. I think we are all more familiar now with that. Kahneman gave it the great word of the system one, the spontaneous, the emotional process is how we feel things. And this is also now well integrated with what Kahneman, I think, also very well coined the system two, the kind of the little bit the slower system. As said, you could simply use the beautiful English word of the thinking. Sure, we are also thinking. Also the ladies and the men you want to approach with your communication, they are also thinking, and also this thinking is important. It is a slower process, as we know. We found that integrating these things brings you up to 80% sales explanations. The implicit side is very, very strong if you have close competition. So if you have similar features like your competitor, well, you got to be better on the emotional side. That's how it works. We found that over the years. And at I-Square, we have a special look on the thing we tended to call the system zero, the perception. Some already used the notion of the attention. I don't want to go into a big discussion at ARF yesterday. We had these great discussions about attention. I think definitely it's very, very important. We're a little bit more neutral, coining it the system zero, the level of the perception. What's out there, what's coming to you. And especially this level of the system zero is getting increasingly important if you think about the digital. Here, this gate should show you the screen, then all goes through the digital. You got more and more information. You got the big drivers of the digital, maybe the extended realities like AR would be an extended reality. You have data everywhere, and you have the big buzzword AI. And these are correct buzzwords because they really drive and change our medial world very, very much. And you have to understand it, and you have to especially understand it from the level of perception, from the level of attention, because the world was clearer when people were just looking television or had print advertising. Then we had a decent understanding of these perception processes. But if we constantly go into new moments, into new digital norms, we should even care more about this system zero. That's what we are standing for. And it's short, 2.5 seconds. That's one of the magical numbers we do. And here at Memex, we especially now want to bring you kind of on a little newer level. And I'm disturbing now to play Shostakovich for a second and play the triangle. So I played a triangle. And the triangle should kind of bring together these three systems of perception, emotion, and thinking. But I also want to raise like the next level question. Human research is well accepted. And I think all of us here in the room, we are pro-research. We are pro-human experience research. We would tell everybody, you got to listen. You got to see what the people are seeing. You got to feel what the people are feeling. And the interesting question is, why isn't it used even more intensely? And one answer I found, one way of reflection I found very interesting is called the Arendt triangle. And with the Arendt triangle, you would say, yeah, there are three limiting factors why research is not applied. One is cost. Research costs money. You have to spend something. The second one is time. You need time for research. Nobody wants to spend time. And the third one is the scope. How is it really applied to a certain scope? This is called the Arendt triangle. And we were thinking through the Arendt triangle a couple of times. And here we also want to present you where we think this Arendt triangle could be overcome better. And you could either see it now in the model or just look here on the real world. One means for overcoming we call the sandbox. The sandbox is a digital environment where you could easily hear the sandbox. You see it? And if the gentleman goes to the side, we could also see the real one. And we could also look, the sandbox is an environment which offers everybody kind of implement the digital stream and then to be fast in all the creations. If we look on the side, we could see the comic again. Here it is, but you also see it in reality. Dennis Rudolph also has done this very beautiful comic about the sandbox. And here you see this picture, how easy it is, you know, like children bringing the digital stream into it. Then the second step of the sandbox is, well, you play around. You could also do that if you're an advanced researcher. You could also let us do this, but you could easily change all the digital contacts. And then you test it. You have other kids looking at it. And we want to show you here also the vision of kind of the extension of the things we're doing already for years, but that's getting better and better. And we call it SEAL, Smart Eye Tracking Algorithms. And these SEALs stand for just a very, very new approach in eye tracking. If you're familiar with eye tracking, in the past, it was very difficult. You needed calibration, stuff like that. Now it's running in the browser. It's nearly calibration free. And the seal should show like the vertical level where you are the seal. Then you dig deep in the ocean. You find a treasure, which you see here. And then you get up this what you have in the treasure. So this is seal. You find them on your table. And we believe that with these possibilities in getting into the digital stream, playing around with it, creating human experiences, we could really open up a new great vision for you, together with you. And sure, there's a lot of problems in the world. If Philip now goes down in the model, a lot of difficulties. Maybe AI will produce things which will destroy the world. Maybe yes, maybe no. But I think with creativity and with vision, we look up and yeah, we have bright opportunities. And this I wanted to share with you. Thanks for listening.